Hello, this is Nate House with Craft House Media. Today I'm here with Christopher Gourdine, who's going to talk to us a little bit about how to be successful in the workplace.
Yes, give you a little background about myself. I'm a retired Airforce Lieutenant Colonel and also a former pilot in the Air Force. What I have as far as education is an undergraduate degree in engineering, a master's degree in management with an emphasis in quality. I have a doctorate degree also in management, and I'm a certified Six Sigma Black Belt and with the American Society for Quality. And that deals primarily with process improvement in the workplace and the organizations and getting the most out of the workplace.
Well, I think we have a great person to talk to about how to be successful at work, and I look forward to hearing more in your videos on YouTube. Please subscribe, and we'll see you at Craft House Media.
We are back. This is Craft House Media. My name is Elijah Craft, and I'm back in the studio with Dr. Chris Gourdine. Chris, again, thank you so much for
Absolutely. Good to see you.
Yeah. The topic today that we were going to discuss was mindset, habits, and outcomes. And I know we spoke on the phone before we got you in the studio, but I was already really excited about hearing you and some of the things you had to share about this. I mean, go ahead and I'll let you just kind of go at it here, but
Sure.
what is your take on this philosophy of mindset, habits, outcomes?
Okay, well, it's about, I'm a big fan of Stephen Covey, and so his book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and also his book, The Eighth Habit, excellent books.
Haven't read that one yet.
Oh yeah, an excellent book. So this concept does not come from his books, but it's something I personally developed, and just from my own reflections, is mindsets, habits, and outcomes. Is because I noticed there's a chain from the way we think, our attitudes, the values, things we hold dear, so I just call it mindsets. And habits, those mindsets, that inner life, things that we believe that we're willing to actually act on, kind of fuel our habits, and there's an engine behind them. And then those habits, if you know, and there's many quotes on this, but the habits that you have will produce certain outcomes. And so this is true. And the reason why I'm a big believer of this is not just for personal effectiveness, but it's also about organizations. So I'll give you an example in a negative sense. Let's talk about, and this is not to disparage anyone who's trying to lose weight or anything like that. People try different things, but why do you think diet pills are so effective, or so as far as effective as far as sales?
Because we live in a microwave culture and people want a fast fix.
Fast fix, and I don't have to change myself. So I'm looking for an outcome. The end part of that chain would, I don't like the outcome. Maybe I've got 30, 40 pounds or more that I'd like to lose. Well, if I give up $30 or $50 and buy this pill, I can just take this pill, which is easy to do, and I can get that outcome I want. But I don't have to look at my habits, and I don't have to look at the mindset that's generating those habits. That stuff is hard work, and that requires a little more introspection, self-examination, transformation. So I can go for a quick fix, and that's why those pills sell very well, because it's a quick fix. It's the surface. And likewise, when you go to say in a workplace, mindset, habits, and outcomes, there's another level when you have people come together in a workplace. The culture, which is like similar to an individual's mindset, and some of the artifacts, some of the organizational behaviors in that organization will produce results. So, and I noticed from practicing the field of management, the mindset of your management, especially at the strategic level of organization, what are their values, what are the things they believe, what are their capacities, so they're looking out for the long term, or they tend to be short-term thinkers. Those mindsets, or sometimes deficiencies that might exist at the top of your company or organization, are going to show up in the things your company is doing on a day-to-day basis, week in, week out, month in, month out, and then it's going to have outcomes. Here's some food for thought. If you look at companies that go bankrupt, they close the doors, things just didn't work out. How many hours a week were people working there? They were working 40 hours plus a week, working very hard. The issue is not that people are working, whether or not people are putting enough time at work or they're working hard enough. The problem is they're not working on the right things. So, and so that is why I love management, is because we need to make sure that we're working on the right things, both for ourselves individually, but also collectively in our organization. If we can get those basic things correct, then we can be on the right track. And so that's part of what we talk about: mindset, habits, and outcomes. And once we can understand the connection, then we can see that, yeah, in a very simple example, we can see that this seems to work. Then it kind of can prompt us as a tool to examine ourselves, to engage in what's called, self-examination, and to raise our own self-awareness.
That is extremely profound. A lot of the things you're sharing, it's also what I coach my teams as well to do, is identify their values up front. How does one at an individual level or a team level go about evaluating how fruitful their habits are to them?
I think part of that is asking people to reflect, and to what are the things the outcomes that they want the most, and the things that they value, the things that they would like to see happen in their lives, and to write those things down. And then maybe we can do what's called gap analysis, and that is to look at a desired state versus the actual current reality. And so if we imagine a desired end state, an outcome, we can imagine also what kind of habits would produce that. And then and then if we have those habits, then what is the mindset that would fuel that would be consistent, so there would be this coherence for both the mindset all the way through to the outcome that you're getting. Then for the person, the gap, and this is maybe a little bit difficult, but I think it's also where we emphasize to people that we all have some kind of deficit, or we all start from somewhere, but to have the courage to go forward and to look at our lives, what are the current outcomes that we live with in our lives? The good things we like and we appreciate, but some of the things that we'd like to improve, what do those outcomes look like? What are some of our real habits? To ask ourselves. For example, I like salty foods. I shouldn't have too much salt, but I like those nacho chips, sunflower seeds, things like that. But I shouldn't eat them. So I have to be realistic that if I have slightly elevated high blood pressure one day, part of it may trace back to my diet and things I need to curtail. But anyway, that's true for all of us, and I think part of it's just being real and being authentic, and having hopefully a safe environment, as if you're a team leader, where people may hopefully trust you to have that type of conversation with them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's extremely profound. I mean, thank you so much for sharing.
Oh, you're very well. Thanks for having me here. I enjoyed talking about these topics.
Of course. Well, I think it's going to help a lot of other people to understand this. I mean, I've been studying these principles for some years in my life, and every time I feel like I got it, I realize that there's another level to learn to it yet. Yeah. So I'm still learning. I'm a student of these principles myself. Sure.
In fact, I wanted to kind of lead into our next topic, which will be the stratification of tasks for managers. And we talk about levels, that just prompted me to think about that. And that's something we'll talk about next time.
Perfect. Well, I'm looking forward to having this video.
Absolutely. Nice seeing you, Elijah.
Guys, hope you guys got some value out of that. Join us for our next video, and we'll see you guys in the next session. See ya.